listen to a young girl who was saying that the Nigerian community here is totally very angry. Thank you very much for your
Our government airport country of the Niger Delta of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He went through several schools. His major academic services was at the government college to Delhi. And
go gather, destroy their food, make security camp, and that other camp, Tongo camp, you know, compensate everybody. But some of them,
in each generation sometimes. Today I'm focused on being the son of J.C. Clark, a poet and writer, and we shall also be very interested in his point as more dancer.
Some lines are meaningful, some are empty. With too much meaning and riches to offer humankind. Long after some of these earthly adventures and more, one can still find footprints of these great lives on the pavements of our contemporary life.
Good evening, you're welcome to the program Green Planet.
Welcome once more to my painting corner, and today I'm very interested in the protection of dogs, and what I have in mind is about dogs that are in captivity, and I will be trying to bring out the story of dogs that are caught, and sometimes it's to prevent them from being eaten, sometimes it's also to keep them away from owners that do not care. So it is simply a painting that is going to depict the lives of one of our closest friends and relatives, that is in the cosmos of life. So there we go. We have to paint them in such a manner that it shows the problems they face, and usually between those countries of Asia where they are being eaten in great numbers, for instance, they are usually kept in captivity. So many of them. There's a guy. And the guys are very pensive, and they help me in their postures to heighten the drama within my brain lobes. And the guys are coming up. can see a guy's coming up. Yeah, and they seem to all have the kind of looks that I want dogs in captivity to have, you know. Yeah, the painting is coming out. And to give you the human face, probably have to add some social worker. Usually many of them will sacrifice to make sure that the dogs, when they are in captivity, they are treated with a little bit of respect. It's just in the backdrop, and yeah, maybe you should be handling something, maybe a piece or something that has got something for the dogs. And our painting is coming up, and so, and in the backdrop, even more dogs. And so, and maybe we should help the novice to know this area is a reserve. Okay, it's a reserve. It's a reserve. Reserve is a word that you can also find here, and its letters as well. It will become masked by paints. So we'll have to now develop our stories into more colors, and so that we have the eyes of the average person. So there we are. It's time for adding colors to our craft, and this guy it's a brown dog. We have some lighter tones here. It's coming up. So the guy, yeah, it's some likable character. And it's coming up to some paler color. One is to make them pretty in order to advocate for their protection. So there we go. So we see how beautiful dogs can be as we continue to bring out the offensive moments in captivity. So our guys are doing well in the painting. Our evolution is great and dogs are maintaining their character as the painting is evolving. Now a lot of issues arise about conservation of dogs as well. There are people who say local people need to maintain their dietary preferences for it's a part of cultural heritage. There are those who say that those who are living below the poverty line and do not have other ways of having access to proteins must use available sources, if you will, to supplement their diets. However, civilization has its own burden as well as morality. And sometimes these dogs are not treated well, manhandled, and killed without respect. So humankind, to conserve dogs, must strive at tackling the causes of the eating of dogs in the first place as well, and to help in sensitization of people. And that is the kind of advocacy that we expect in postmodern development organizations, in that organizations like the African Center for Community and Development seek to buttress through communication for development. This painting, I've decided to use brownish tones to have some color harmony, and I guess some of you prefer to have seen your favorite color in terms of the dogs, but I'm afraid you'll be seeing some shades that are almost similar, in order to have a persistent reminder of the story. I want the things to rhyme, so in a way I'm trying to rhyme the theme in colors, just like in poetry as well, where you have the rhyme scheme. And this guy's got some dark shades, and drama is evolving. Maybe we should dress up a guy who's trying to conserve this guys. Maybe Green is going to go for him liking life, and yeah, a guy's coming up. He's a green guy. Not green with anger, but green with the duty of protecting species. He needs a tone. A couple of them are in Africa, therefore I should be giving him a brownish tone. However, he is relevant to all the corners of the world where we have such practices. We can suit in Kenya, right down to Manhattan, in everywhere that you have some few guys who decide to treat these guys with a bit of disrespect. So the work is evolving, and maybe we should use a tone that will show that we are dealing with a reserve here. It has to be light in order that the characters are not totally submerged and we don't lose some of the drama we are trying to report here. Yeah, I may also have space to sign at the end of the day that it was a masterpiece. An Arrey Ivo masterpiece. Or story if you think it's not a masterpiece. Alright? You can look and see. Reserve if you have an astute eye. So continue with greater painting as well. Time for adding more background. I've taken yellow to brighten up going to give a backdrop of hope at the center here, and so we will be using yellow. It's coming up strongly. Coming up. We are tackling our painting very successfully. It's coming up in the jiffy. It's gonna be true. And our drama here is almost true. We still have some few places to fill, and I'll be doing that with some green here. And something reddish here to close our day. We should be having some color harmony by now in our heads, and it's fulfilling to know that the painting has evolved to its final moments. We're filling in the dots, the full stops, and we're sure now that I have succeeded in depicting the emotional aspects that go with dogs in captivity, dogs that are rescued from abusers, as well as those who intend to pick on them as meat. Much has to be done in order to protect these animals from abuse, and this is the basis of this painting, to open up a dialogue on other ways of trying to protect them. What I'm doing is simply to make sure that paint permeates all the corners of the canvas, and it is holistic in nature, and also that our team is represented in colors. So you see how the painting has evolved. So in colors, you have been able to watch what dogs go through. Dogs in captivity, the solemn state you can find them. Sometimes they are just dogs that have been rescued, from those who want to eat them, and others for other medicinal purposes as claimed by their users, and many of them are hampered by this kind of practices. So I've been able to depict hope in the reserve for dogs, and you can see one guy who's sacrificing his bots to be able to make sure that the dogs are well and well kept. And so this is what translates in many parts of the world, and I think it's worth painting this kind of feature in order that we can advocate for their protection. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the colors, even if you're not a dog lover. It has been Arrey Ivo, and thanks for watching.
Thank you very much. And you just listen to a young girl who was saying that the community here is totally very angry. Thank you very much for taking seriously from our
Airlines Airport Official Country of the Niger Delta of the Federal Republic of Nigeria went to several schools to make your academic education as government college to Delhi and
Go gather, destroy their food. Make contributed camp and that other camp, Tongo camp, you know, compensate everybody.
in its generation sometimes. Today I'm focusing on the style of J.C. Clark, a poet and writer, and we shall also be very interested in his point Akmo dancer.
Some lives are meaningful, some are empty. Lives that are meaningful, with too much meaning and riches to offer humankind. Long after some of these earthly adventures are no more, one can still find footprints of these great lives on the pavements of our contemporary life.
Good evening, you're welcome to the program Green Planet.